Good morning, welcome back to the channel. Of course there's an upload about to happen, so that only means one thing: it's race day. I'm not at that point yet to actually even call it a race. I'm just surviving on that bike really, but hopefully today is going to be a better day. That you are pissed as well. Yeah, hopefully today's going to be a better day. I've got it's a round 3 of the cross country with edge, and it is actually dry, and it's meant to be dry all day, and it was dry yesterday. So I'm not saying today could be a good day, but I'm a lot more hopeful for today because it's going to be different conditions, again new conditions for me in the bike. I've got a 2.5 hour ride to the event now because it's in Driffield in East Yorkshire. It's actually a MOD place, which is quite cool, so that'll be interesting to ride around and just see. But yeah, as you can see, I'm in a bit of a rush because I did sleep in, so I am getting changed. I've got a couple of pancakes in the oven, so I'm going to get them in me, and then I am going to get on the bike and meet my dad again at the petrol station where we met a couple of weeks ago. On the bike is fixed, and yeah, it's pretty much good to go. I'm pretty much good to go. I'm all fine and rocking and rolling. Yeah, let's see if I can keep them haters talking and them doubters yapping on social media. That is that's always a good thing to see. Mixed reviews. I've got people calling me, complimenting me, and I've got people absolutely slating me, but there's something about that that's really, really good. So you haters, you just keep hating. Your doubt is my motivation, so you just keep up with that. And it's a 3rd time on this bike, so let's try and not embarrass myself as much as I have on the first couple of races. But I'm still going and I ain't quitting, so let's see what today will hold. So I will see you at Driffield. So we have made it to Driffield, and as you can see, the sun is actually in my face, which is so good. And I'm actually walking around here with a smile on my face, not worried, as opposed to getting all anxious, thinking that I'm really gonna struggle. But the track looks really open and flowy and dry and dusty, which this bike should do really well in. Let me just turn this around so you can see what it's like. So it's just a real open, flowy track. There's some wood section over there somewhere, and then everything's just flowy through there and there.
race is done, and it was a fucking awesome race. I did 8 laps of the track, and it put me sort of, I was the lower end of my class, but the bike performed unbelievably well. I feel like I performed unbelievably well on the bike. I felt comfortable. I actually enjoyed the race. It was so good. And again, people complimenting the bike and everything is still another good thing. I broke my nose, an open fracture at sort of around here. First 15 minutes of the race, there was like a drop, and I just come too hot into the drop and basically hit the bottom, and my head went forward and I headbutted the screen, and I'm presuming my goggles have come down. It's basically crushed the two together, and I've blown my nose open basically. So went to the ambulance and they fixed me back up, but I'm not too bothered about that. I did another 2 hours and 10 minutes racing, so it's clearly not too bad. It's just a nose, isn't it? But yeah, now the bike is in one piece and I can ride that thing home. It's fucking mad how I can ride. I rode 2.5 hours here. I had a 2.5 hour race on it, and I'm about to ride home another 2.5 hours back. What a bike. Right, I'm going to get on the road and sort my shit out because I am starving. Right, so as I've been editing and I've pretty much come to the end of editing, I realised that I've got no outro. So I'm actually 4 days post-race now, so let's have a look at my nose as well. Oh my days. The light is literally showing how bent it is. Oh shit. So yeah, you would have seen the clip. Focus. So you would have actually seen the clip of how I did this, and I make a proper funny noise. But yeah, I just like the other videos, just wanted to do a quick rundown of the day. Overall, I did 7.5 hours in the saddle on Sunday. 2.5 hours there, 2.5 hour race, 2.5 hours back. The 2.5 hours back was an absolute gruel, because the bike took such a battering on the race. It had done loads of sensors, so I couldn't see I had no fuel gauge and I had no speedometer. So I was literally relying on my dad doing the speed limit to make sure, like when we went past speed cameras or average speed on the motorway, that I was doing the right speed. Overall, Sunday was an unbelievable day. The weather was perfect. The event was amazingly ran, just as always with Edge. The going was like pretty much bob on for that bike. Apart from the braking bumps and the acceleration bumps, because the suspension unfortunately is just a bit too soft, and I couldn't apply the throttle enough to skip over them all, because it was just sucking it in, and then it was pounding me up and spitting me off here, there and everywhere. And it definitely something that I need to work on the bike, and by work on I mean tweak. So as the bike stands, it's completely standard, but after that race, and I realised the potential of what I can actually get out of the bike, in terms of my standard of riding and the bike itself, I think we could there's definitely loads of room of improvement, but it worked well in loads of areas. One of the areas that it didn't work well in was unfortunately suspension, and so that is definitely something I'm going to look at and upgrade. The standard suspension is really good, but when the going gets like that, it couldn't hack it, and the suspension was as stiff as I could possibly make it as well. And it was just swallowing everything up, which you might be able to see in a couple of the clips. But yeah, no, really happy with the riding and the bike. I had no issues with the bike, the way it ran at all. Again, everybody actually complimented me this race, and funny, because I didn't struggle and I was just part of the pack in the race, nobody was giving me grief on social media. Nobody had anything to say about me negatively. Everybody after the race was loads of positive comments, and when I was in the ambulance getting myself checked over, there was loads of people just swarmed around the bike asking questions to my dad and asking what the bike was and things like that. So that's really, really good exposure for the bike and me on the bike as well. I'm tunnel vision now, looking to the next race, ready to go again. Body's good, apart from a broken nose, but who cares? Body's good. Bike is currently in bits, waiting for parts to arrive to repair the sensors and things like that. And in the meantime, I'm going to be talking to somebody specifically for suspension to hopefully tweak the suspension or do something with the internals to make it work better. And so me and the bike can actually work as one, as opposed to me fighting against the bike to try and make it stay in a rut, or it will just take a lot of the energy out of me that I was doing, having to jolt back and forth because the suspension was just bottoming out, and then it bottomed out really easy and then it would rebound really quick, but it's as tight as it can be. So in terms of compression, yeah, it was still super soft. So that's improvements. I'm now, because the race went well, I'm now super motivated. So my head is super locked in for the next race. I really can't wait. Possibly going to be the sprint race, first round of the sprints at Spaunton, possibly, if I can get the bike right. If not, it's April now until the next race. But in the meantime, I'll still be doing a couple of vlogs to do with just the bike, possibly. I don't know if that's something you guys would like to see. So just let me know. But yeah, other than that, I've got nothing else to say. Really, really happy. It was a long day, but an awesome day. Yeah, just pumped, ready to go again, and hopefully we can just keep progressing and keep getting this bike exposure, keep getting me exposure. Hopefully, bring like adventure bike racing on the scene one day. In England, that'd be really, really cool. To just be battling against other adventure bikes, that'd be mad. So yeah, hope you liked the video. I hope you actually enjoyed the riding of this one. I feel like the camera setup was perfect. Hopefully, I don't know if I look quick. I don't know. To be honest, I don't really care. It was a third time on the bike. It was a third time racing the bike. So, and I think I did all right. So yeah, as always, I hope you like the video. Like, subscribe, comment your views on the bike. Comment your views on what I should do video-wise. But yeah, this is pretty much going to be the channel. Follow me about racing the bike against enduro bikes, taking the bike in places which it probably isn't designed. No, it's not designed for at all. But I'm doing it, and hopefully I can do Ducati's engineers some justice, just to show how good of a bike they've made. So yeah, peace out. On to the next one. I cannot wait, and I hope you guys look forward to it. Peace.